Ready, we are ready. Yes, top of the day to you. Top of the day, top of the day. It is so glad to see you. Yes, for you. Okay. Yes. I'm so excited to be here. This is so amazing. So amazing. I just want to thank the Lord for allowing a moment to just enter this way and to be a mouthpiece for Him. So I'm very, very excited, and I hope you are. Top of the day to you. I am that reporter, T Dot, T Ruz. I go by many names. So, but I'm here to help each other, not only myself, but help you also to recognize that we all have to face ourselves in order to go further in life. In order to do things, we must embrace ourselves, face ourselves to see what is our blockage. Where are we going? What are we doing in this life form? And what do we want to do when it comes to going forth? What is our blockage? How do we face ourselves? There's many aspects. First, you have to understand that you're in the present. We're in the present. You also have a past and you also have a future. So, hey, future self, look at the honey bunnies. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Top of the day to you if you're just coming in. It is all about facing yourself. As I sit and face myself, this is one of my fears, but we are here and we are live and we are here to share. Hi, hi, welcome. We are here to share um, items and things in our life that make us go forth. This is a whole nother level in this 2000. We're going to talk about our ancestors and how do we get to where we are. What can we do to break that cycle and to go forth? We only could take a spoonful at a time. So take notes, pen, paper, don't mind repeating if it needs to be something need to be said. And it's so crazy that the Sunday school lesson is pretty much around the same thing. I said face it yourself, but they said something about sin and forgiveness. You must forgive yourself. I had to learn how to forgive myself. When you forgive yourself of your past and things that you could have done wrong, you wish you should have, could have listened to your parent or a message that came to you and you chose to go the other way or do something different. And then you're like, oh, I wish I would have done something different. But you also have a time period where you can go back and you can correct some of those things. But first of all, you must begin to forgive yourself. I had to learn how to forgive. So say self, saying, I forgive you. So I forgive anybody who I've hurt, done, or said things to unknowingly, and some knowingly, but then sometimes, you know, um, tough love, is no other way to help you get to the point where you are in life without just being very open, very blunt to you, instead of trying to sugarcoat. Some things is made to make the medicine go down, and sometimes you need that medicine, and sometimes that medicine is very, 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 very bitter. But it's words, and it will heal later because it was some things that I need to learn, things that um, deal with me when I'm in life instead of fighting everybody else's battles and trying to uphold them and make sure, justice for them. I forgot about having justice for myself, trying to make sure that I make it to where I need to be in uh, destinations. And this is one of them. Oh, where I'm so excited to stand in this way, in this direction that you may come forth and learn how to go in the right way. What if you in the way, but you don't know which way that you're going or which way that you're in? So therefore, sometimes it always helps to hear, um, one another and to share some of the things that we have in our life to, help us go forth in life. Sometimes I may not see things in my life that may be, you know, a hindrance to me, and others may see it, but sometimes because of my attitude and because how I handle others or whatever, people may not be quick to tell me that that is a negative for me instead of a positive for me. So therefore, this is where we're going today to talk about the negatives and talk about the positives in our lives to help us along the way. We must start somewhere. So today is present. We in a new cycle, very beginning of this particular year 26. So what have we decided that we wanted to do with our life? Where are we going? Um, you know, in this cycle? What do we want to do for ourselves? This is one of mine to stand here and to share and to help you get to where you need to go in life. This is life. Life for you, life for me. So I appreciated everything that we're going through because it helps. So you must understand about the sins in your life, and embrace them and ask yourself for forgiveness with it. That way, it will help you along your way do better. Okay. So the other thing that we must talk about is facing ourselves is for one, I don't like looking at myself. It makes me nervous. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, please forgive me. This is different for me. I didn't know where to come all dolled up or not dolled at all, but I just came to you as I am, free, uh, pure before you, that we may be feeling comfortable, but you may be feeling comfortable here in this setting. This is the way, the truth, in life, because life be life in. So hope along the way that you may hear a word that will help you better yourselves about how to face yourself. Sometimes it's very hard to face yourself because of your past and so many ugly things that you'd have done, so many ugly things that have been done to you, so many ugly things that we have inherited from others. And sometimes we find ourselves dealing with the past, but sometimes we have to learn to let the past go. Just let the past go, to drop it, and then let's go forward, you know, kind of like rearrange yourself, set goals. Instead of doing a resolution, you set goals and make them small, and then give yourself grace. You need grace to go forth, and just in case, okay, I set out this particular attention or to be here for you long time ago, but I could not get over my fear. Fear might be another thing that you may be afraid to do. Definitely, I am definitely afraid. So next time that we get together, hopefully that I'll be a little bit much calmer in my spirit, because this is my first time going live, and to stand before you all, it is amazing. And I'm so glad that you're able to share your time and space with me. So if you have any questions as we go along the way to, understand how to embrace yourself, how to face yourself, facing yourself is looking at the good, the bad, and the ugly when it comes to you. What is it that others could say about you? Or what do you think they could say about you? Are they good? Are they bad? What is, things that you could say about yourself, your good qualities, your bad qualities? And then when are you willing to change? When are you willing to change, or do you want to stay stuck in this spot? And this is where I was. I was stuck in this spot, and I didn't know how to go forward. I had all the tools, but I just was so used to being the same way, doing the same thing, and finding other things to waste that time instead of sow those time and seeds within myself. Pick up a book, go to the library, Google, search, just embrace self, sow seeds into yourself that you may be a better person. Now, it's not going to happen overnight, and it takes little at a time. So it's like set yourself like short goals, like maybe one or two, maybe three that you would be able to accomplish. Like this room is really toe up, but this is like my new live room. So eventually I'm gonna take like a goal setting. I'm gonna take like two, three things, maybe five, and that'll be my goal for today. Put up those five, throw away that five, whatever you want to do. Now you just faced yourself. You got a more space now within yourself that you can maneuver around. You can navigate, through that space now, and do a little bit each day. Now, some days it's impossible because you got too many irons in the fire, but you have to learn how to put all these in order. And don't worry about it. I'm going to do it too, because it is just like, I have issues. I have to work. I have to make sure that I'm standing in the gap for you all, that we all can learn, we can care, we can share, we can add um, to this, whatever you learned or whatever you don't understand, because I am going to go back to the beginning to kind of help us get to where we need to go so we can go forth instead of just standing right here at the crossroad trying to decide what we want to do, but we can't get past ourselves. So this segment is about facing yourself. So what could you do with yourself that's different? You already created in your likeness, in your image. You cannot do anything about that. You can dress it up, treat it better, but it's not necessarily about your outside. It's more so about your inside, your spirit. It's your spirit that makes the difference about your outside appearance. So if you beautiful and with a bad spirit, that does not make your beauty looks good. You know, it looks tainted now because what we see on the outside doesn't match the inside. And it flip flop, it could go both ways, either way it goes. But learn some things, take time and kind of listen to some of the things that people could have said about you that could have hurt your feelings, things that are negative. Are they really negative? Or is that something that could help you along your way and you don't even know yet? You must find out. You must search yourself and then little by little, if you want to change, because you know what? We all have a choice. We all have a choice to choose of which way that we want to go. Pick one. It's up to us whether we decide to go, you know, left, right, to or fro. But as I found so much on this earth, the different things that I found out about myself, a couple of times I cried because of the things that I heard about myself that I did not think that it was me, but it really was me. So please forgive me while I work on myself. We are all a work in progress. So give yourself grace about it. So therefore, learn three things about yourself that you can do better. Like sometimes I be pushing it for work. So therefore, I need to do that better. And that way I could not only have safety for myself, but safety for other drivers and to make it on time. So therefore, I need to change and set a time in order for to do that. But that also means that it's other things that in my life that I have to change, like going to bed early, or you know maybe setting out my clothes, or you know showering at night. Even though sometimes you need to shower in the daytime too, or in the morning time before you leave. Some do so. But whatever works for you and whatever that would give you more progress, more time to get to that goal, to be who you want to be. So as you look at yourself, examine yourself, not necessarily more so of the outside, examine more so of your inside, your spirit, because that goes a long way, because that's what it's all about. Little we do we know, and as we look at the world and how it is, and how did the world become how it is, it's because of different past lives, the past forms, things that was passed down to us in different ways, different ways that we eat, different ways that we live, different ways that we think. These things was passed down to us, but some things we don't have to take. We are not our ancestors. We are not our parents, even though sometimes your parents knows what's best, even though sometimes the intention or the whereabout may be wrong. The way that they go about it to tell us what is right for us may not be correct. And, you know, I often find myself looking back on some of the things that was told to me. And I wish I would have, you know, could have listened. But at the same time, the parents could have had a better way of explaining. I know back at the beginning of the world or before our time, the parents, I'm going to give them some grace. Sometimes they would do things for our protection. We might not see or know or understand. And then sometimes it may be the environment that they lived in or grew up that they had to sacrifice and do things differently. Now we are of age where we have to sacrifice and do differently. And as we look at the things that we have to sacrifice, look at how we have to live this and that, sometimes we could change those things. We don't have to do what our ancestors done. We could have a different path, a different way, a different life, but you have to deal with facing yourself as dealing with the truths and the false that lies within. Okay, so if you have any questions, put it in the chat. We're willing to answer, and feel free to express anything that I said to help us along our way. So as we travel along our way, we also have to look at the different warnings, the different things that defiles our body, that might not make us more appealing to others or not even appealing to ourselves. What are some of the defilements, things that will go against what we say? Do our walk and our talk line up? Walk it like I talk it. Walk it like you talk it. So is your walk and your talk lining up? Is they the same? Are you one person? Could people trust you? Could you even trust yourself? These are things of how you are to face yourself. You must look at what type of power you hold in facing yourself. Is your word good? Could people trust to believe what you say? Things that you could do in your life form. So these are some of the things also that fell within the Sunday school lesson. Things about sin, things about forgiveness. We have to learn how to not only forgive others, but forgive ourselves. Okay. So, what are things that we can reveal about ourselves, facing ourselves? What are some of the things that we could reveal about ourselves? Not all the time that chippery, even though I may be seeing I'm chippery. Sometimes I may be lazy when other times I need to be up cleaning or doing something or sowing seed or reading or helping myself or helping others get into the place where I need to be. And majority of the time, I'm always fighting the battle for somebody else. And then I end up getting wounded. So I had to learn to okay, deal with things that pertain to me. First get my own self correct before I try to go and get somebody else correct. Because we all need help in whatever way and aspect that we have in life. Life is already be life, and in life it is very, very hard. But there are things that we may not understand. Okay, first we need to understand about facing ourselves is what is our beliefs? What do we want to believe as a person? As facing yourself, you got to create your character, create your not your character, but your being, who you want to be. Create your being. What do you see yourself look like? What do not, I know you don't want to look like what you think that other people are saying about you. You want to look like how you feel that you were created and born and look to be. And those are your goals. That's what you set yourself out to do. I'm like so far behind time because I wasted time. I was too afraid to move and go forth and do other ways and other things to now I have to go back and get some of the things that I left behind in order to go forward. And sometimes we have to go clean up what we done messed up. And then as we, to go back. And now that we here, in the present, now we can go forth in our future. Look at our future self. Hey, honey bunny, look at our future self. Yeah. So if I had a future self, what would I want to tell my future self? What would I want to do for my future self to help my future self be more vibrant, more available, or to even just make my goal, to press my way to a goal into a way that will help not only myself be a better person, but it also will help others. Because you just being a better you sometimes help your surroundings, help people around you be better, all because you are better. Then sometimes it doesn't phase them, but that's not my dog to fight. And sometimes I used to feel that way. I used to think that way, that is something that I had to do to help somebody else get along. First, I need to deal with myself. And once I get myself straight, then I'm able to help others. So if you have any more other questions or anything, feel free to ask. And we thank you for all your time to sit up in here. So as we look at ourselves and we deal with that, and we also said that we're gonna not only face ourselves, we're gonna evaluate. So what are things that you could do better? We talked about time, sleep, making it work on time, use your time wisely, by reading, by investing, instead of spending that time flipping or playing games. What during those empty moments or empty times that you could feel something else with and sacrifice. So I told myself that I was getting erased. Ugh, my little games. I like to play like all kinds of little, 3-word crossword, or all kinds of little activities and games that on there. Well, I might use that time for to better myself by reading more, by learning about more of what I want to do here with you guys, and more, pretty much, I guess, clean up the way that I want my studio to look and be, and the words that I'm to say to you. Even though I like being comfortable, I like being relaxed. We don't have to all the time be so, politically correct, but we're going to learn that too away in life. But yes, but one thing that I can say that I discovered in the year 2026 is that I discovered that we are on day two, meaning like in the word it talked about 1,000 years is like one day, you know or one day is like 1,000 years. Where in that case, if this is day two, we're in year 2000. So from the beginning of the earth, this earth is still young. It's haven't really even been here that long. Because if we in 2000, some of us was born in the 1000 year, and then before that they had ADs and BCs. And before that, time was like no time. They didn't have a time. So we're not that far from when Earth and when the world was created. And so with that, they had choices. Our ancestors, our parents, we had choices in how to live. Now we have choices. So I'm asking you how to face yourself. What are you going to do now that you know where you are? Where have you been? Okay, you know where you want to go. Now, how do we get there? How do we get there? First, you must start with you. You got to put in your mind and your heart and then motivate yourself to go forward. But before you go forth, you need to have all the tools and the things that you need in order to go forth. Other than that, you're going to go back. You need to know which direction, with which way, because on this earth is so many ways. You can go to and fro on this earth. Sometimes you get turned around, sometimes you get lost, sometimes you can get just at a standstill where you're not moving. But you're always willing to, you still can have an opportunity to come back and then go for it, start over. It does not end there just because you stuck. You don't have to be stuck. It's up to you whether or not you want to move forth or not. Everything is about a choice. On this earth, it's about a choice. You can do it. It's whosoever will. Are you willing? Are you willing to go forth? Are you willing to go and do things that would make your life even better? Or are you just willing to sit right there in that mess? Okay? In that mess, what you want to do? So I have decided that I'm going to meet you right here. This is one of my goals, to meet you right here live, to talk to you, not only about facing yourself, about some of the questions that we had that we didn't know about our ancestors, and the way, about God, about ourselves, because we facing ourselves. What are we planning to do with ourselves? What is our beliefs? One thing you got to know, what do you believe in this world? You got to set that up, because whenever you start going to and fro in this world, you dealing with people, you got to understand and believe which way, who you messing with. You got to learn the different spirits, because there's different spirits that you're going to encounter in the flesh. And then some, as you see, some would trick you, some would help you, some would, do this and that. But you got to know which tongue that you are facing, which tongue that would be the correct tongue, because everybody have different languages and different tongues that they speak, even though it can be an English, but it could be in a different type of English. Okay, so it's up to you which way you want to go. So we definitely gonna go over that too, dealing with facing yourself. What is some of the attributes that lines up with you? Okay, what is your spirit has within yourself to help yourself be a better you? Okay, how could you face yourself? Now I understand about hurt and pain, because I have some too. and it will shape your life. And sometimes it's hard to get over, but you cannot let it rule your life, you know. So which one you want to rule? That pain or you? We all can overcome at the time. I'm not going to say that it's going to be easy. You know, sometimes it's just like I'm doing now. We're just talking. We're just talking about it, you know. And you don't have to tell me the issue because sometimes I don't want to tell you my issues. I just know that some of that stuff needs to stay buried in the closet, you know. But also we can share and care with things that you maybe never heard of, things you has to do with, you know, what are you doing in your life, whether your talk, your walk, your food, your body, what you need to do to feel a certain way. You know, sometimes all that has to do with the mindset. So sometimes you could like um, take a moment, and some people do breathing exercises to kind of help face yourself, to calm your spirit. Okay, but first, the most thing is, you know, figure out who you are, what type of person that you want to be. Okay, face yourself. And sometimes facing yourself is not good because then you discover in your spirit, in your heart, that, you know, you may be beautiful, but your attitude may not be the best. And I know I had to work on my attitude because sometimes it was not the best. And then sometimes I feel like I don't understand why, you know, it's said or someone said I have an attitude when sometimes it's just the things you do. People make you feel, oh, sorry, we done lost the camera. Some people make you feel that um you have to act up. You have to act up. You don't want to act up, but it's just sometimes the people in your life make you feel that you want to just tell them something. And it's not, sorry about my camera, that you want to just tell them something. Not that you want to, but it's just like, oh my word, yes, you know, I'm about to give it to you. And this is out of love. Sometimes it don't even be out of negativity or be out a way that I'm hurting you, because that's not what I want to do. I don't want to hurt anyone. But then sometimes it's like tough love. And I done had tough love before. I had people that straight tell me, deal with things that pertain to you. Don't worry about what others do. And that was the hardest thing for me. And yes, I did cry because it was something that I was so used to doing, helping others, being the underdog for people who won't have a voice or won't fight for themselves. I would fight for them. But now it's just like, okay, well, I'm the only one getting battered up and beat up. And I'm looking out for somebody else who won't even look out for themselves. So then it's like, okay, ah, bling idea. Let me deal with things that pertain to me. And then I saw that it's so much stuff that I could have been doing to help my own self get to where I need to be and help my own self have a better way, attitude, life, spend more time on grooming. Yeah, this was a test today and it just happened. So I just went with it. I can help it. So sorry about the look in my room. I'm working on it because we are what? We're gonna be live. We're gonna be live. We come in here and we're gonna be here waiting for you and talk to you each and every day if possible. But definitely, you know, this is definitely a test. But I'll try to send out live advertisements so you can know when to be ready to check in, and you can set that time aside. If you have preference times that you want me to show up, I'll see what my calendar say because we work. So we'll see what your calendar say and my clock say and your clock say, and we a clock tick together. Okay. This is so amazing. Spend so much time with you. I hope you got something out of what we have said about facing yourself. Mainly your first lesson is about just look at yourself. Take time, sit with yourself, and you decide self what self need to do. Face yourself. Look at who you are now, who you want to be, who you have been. You can't change about what have been. You know, you only can ask for forgiveness. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. And, you know, and to do better. You know, ask the Lord for forgiveness. Ask Him to show you a better way, a better, you know, the truth about who you are in order for to help you have a better life. You know, it's life is hard and life be life in. So, but you only can start right here in this circle with you. So just change little things that you can have self-control of for yourself. You can't change the things that's not in your control. And then that way you can know and see the difference. Okay. So we're going to work on looking at ourselves. That's going to be our first thing. And then that way we can understand how to have a good, right living. All right. So we're going to talk about turning away from our sins. So that's what we're going to deal with tomorrow on live. Hopefully we can be at the ninth hour. The ninth hour is 3 p.m. So hopefully we can come in at the ninth hour. So make sure that you be here at the ninth hour tomorrow. And we're going to talk about sin. Today was about sins and forgiveness, about recognizing and facing yourself. And then you have to look at the things. Sins mean not necessarily you go out and sin. Sins is things that you may not be doing, that you could be doing, things that you're doing wrong and you could be doing right and you don't even know. Things that you're doing, you saying is right, could be wrong. And that's what this world is about too. So you got to be careful about, what you hear and what you don't hear, because you need to know the things that are done wrong, this world saying that is right, and the things that are doing right, this world is saying that is wrong. But we're going to figure all that out together. We're going to stay tuned on this inspirational journey for us, and we are facing ourselves. I am that reporter. I'm here to report to you life and the way and truth. Truth about us, truth about the past, truth about the future. So, hello, future selves, and hello, my honey bunnies. Top of the day to you. I hope all is go well. Make sure that you put us on to map at the ninth hour right here. YouTube, Inspiration Journey with Tanya and Russ. We coming live, T Dot here. So stay tuned. Work on that facing self. You got to face self. So ask yourself, what do you want to do? Take that moment. It's time to change. We on this second level. We on level 2000. We on the 26th year of it. So let's go. It's time. Our time is now. Many are called, but few are chosen. Are you the chosen one? To chose to make a difference. Even if it's within your circle. It don't have to be great. It don't have to be big, but it needs to be enough. Enough for you to be great. Okay? So peace and loving to you. I'm so excited. Do you have any last minute questions? Any last minute questions here? I see Key is on the map. Hey, Key. So we just want to thank you. You have any questions? These are your questions in comments time. So my question is to you, are you ready? Are you ready for this change? Are you ready for this new you? You have to clean up around you in order for to go forth. Okay? You can't stand still, because I got that problem too, standing still and not making a difference. So tomorrow we got 5 things that we need to pick up around the house, around us, or 3 things that we want to change to do. 3 things that we want to write down about ourselves in order to do better. 3 things that we want to forgive ourselves for. 3 things that we want to move forth. Okay? Things that we want to do. Set goals in order just to take a step. Just to take a step. With blessings and peace unto you. So this is about facing self. This is our segment. We'll be back tomorrow at the 9th hour, which is 3 p.m. on this inspirational journey. And this is about facing self. So if you have any questions, we're going to dig a little deeper, talk about our past and where our ancestors came from and how we got into the situation that we in now. Because I have been searching for a peace within myself to understand who am I, where I come from, where I'm going, what I want to do. It's so many things I want to do, but then I never do them. So many projects I start and I never get them finished. So I hope that you, hi. So what time tomorrow? The 9th hour. So the 9th hour is 3 p.m. So that's what I call the 9th hour. So hopefully I can put my flyers out and put live in the 9th hour. So the 9th hour is 3 p.m. So I'll put that up in our chat too, if it allow me. But I thank you. But yes, and it don't. Here we go. 3 p.m. Which is and that's something that we learned, the ninth hour. So back in the day, they had hours, and our hours was different from our ancestors. Okay. So the ninth hour is 3 p.m. and I'll tell you some more about other hours and stuff that they had. That way we can learn the difference. And so that way we'll be very excited about this. All right, cool beans, cool beans. Yes. So 3 p.m. tomorrow, which is the ninth hour. So if you see the ninth hour, sometimes it could be like a private thing for many people. The ninth hour could be that way you can kind of like screen, some of your people that's coming in. Sometimes we might have people to come in, and then we'll learn about spirits and how to recognize those different spirits that we may encounter on this earth. That way they will give us a better directions. It's so much stuff that we hear that we need to help us along our way. And if it was my future self, these are things that I would want my future self to know and to be helped with it. And this is like a testament, a testament for the future selves to do better, to find out how to navigate through this world, through this earth. That way they won't get caught up with some of the things that we had got caught up with and misled and misused and abused, and we could protect them and help them, because not all the time that our family was like straight out and blunt with us about certain things. So we definitely would want to make sure that we will help our future selves, be prosperous and to accomplish everything that they need to accomplish in this hour and this time. So I have made it to my destination mark. I'm so excited. Okay, honey bunnies, peace and love into you. Stay tuned, and we will see you back in this inspirational journey with the way, the truth, and life. Blessings. Have a good one. Peace and love.